What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games, and Pokemon Champions has revealed some incredibly massive changes to how we're going to look at Pokemon battling. I'm very excited for this game because it's probably my dream Pokemon game, and it looks like they might be nailing everything I want about it. Of course, guys, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and support my work by becoming a channel member, and let's dive in. Now, the Pokemon Champions trailer showcased a couple of interesting ideas that's going to make Champions very unique. So, if you didn't know, Pokemon Champions has 100% Pokemon Home support. We don't know if there's going to be ill-eligible Pokemon on that list, but I'm just going to assume for now, and especially looking at the bottom bar here, that all Pokemon will be transferable from Pokemon Home to Pokemon Champions, and you'll be able to play with them. Now, let's say you are not someone who has all the Pokemon, or someone who is just new to Pokemon and all of that and want to play Champions. Well, they do have a solution for you, and that solution is going to be using a trial recruitment for 7 days. You get to borrow a Pokemon for 7 days. Seems like there might be a list of Pokemon. And if you want to currently own this Pokemon, you can spend 1,000 VP, which is pretty cool that they have a system where you can, actually get some Pokemon within the game while you're playing it. And, it's going to cost a lot of VP, but the good news about VP is gained from rank paddles and other places in Pokemon Champions. You'll need VP to recruit and train Pokemon. VP cannot be directly purchased, so keep battling and gaining VP to earn more for your team. So pretty much, no microtransactions, out to our knowledge. This is a mobile game and a Switch 2 game, but there is no microtransactions. So I'm gonna assume that we're gonna have to pay for this game. Like, we may have to pay like $40 for this app, which I'm honestly fine with. I'd rather pay up front than, kill me slowly with these microtransactions. So that is cool that there isn't like a pay to win aspect to it, and you get more for playing and other events, and I'm sure there'll be other ways to play the game in here. So that's honestly a very positive thing, because the fact that it is on mobile means, and I've seen a bunch of other Pokemon mobile games, like Pokemon Go is a horrible game for it. It just tries to take all the money from you. I'm sure a couple other ones do that too. So it's nice to see that. But the main thing I wanted to talk about in this video, and why I wanted to make this video, is the stats. So in Pokemon, there's IVs and EVs, and that's how we've been playing Pokemon for a very long time. And to max a stat, it was 252 EVs, and then you can max another stat with 252 EVs, and then you could put over a couple more stats in another slot. I believe the total was 6, but that would not give you essentially a full stat point. Essentially, your total stat points was 65, but in this game, our total stat point is 66, and they're actually making this super easy. So essentially, they're removing the 252 stuff. They're making it so one stat point is one stat point. To max a stat, it is 32. So we have 32 stat points in HP. We have 32 stat points in special attack. Now, 65 would not give us an additional 2. It would only give us an additional 1, right? So you get like it would be a 4. But we're getting an additional 2 here, which is massive. So if you can catch my drift here, essentially, we can now max 2 stats, and now we can hit an EV spread that we've never been able to hit before in Pokemon history by getting these additional full 2 stat points on special defense right here, which is pretty crazy. So instead of working out of 65 total stat points, we're now working out of 66. Which is insane. Now, another big change, when I was watching that trailer and I was doing some of the math here, a level 50 Gardevoir with all these stats is going to have perfect IVs. And I think all Pokemon will have perfect IVs, and there's going to be no way to change IVs. I think IVs are going to go away, and the only thing we're going to be able to adjust is going to be the EVs and the abilities and the moves and the natures of our Pokemon. I don't think IVs are making it in Pokemon Champions, which is mostly a good thing for the greater community. This is definitely going to hurt Trick Room, though. The Trick Room shenanigans are definitely going to get a lot more simplified and might hurt Trick Room overall, not having IVs in it. But I do think the change to the EV system is going to be awesome for a lot of people to get into VGC, because VGC is incredibly difficult to get into right now for a lot of casual people, and even for hardcore people. It's just a lot of work to figure out the numbers. So I'm liking the direction. They're making this a lot easier to handle for a lot of people who don't play competitive Pokemon. And of course, as I mentioned, You can change their nature. It costs VP to change their nature. It costs VP to change your stat points. And you can see that, okay, we're putting Psychic, we're changing our ability, we're maxing our speed, we're changing our nature, and that's going to cost us 764 VP, which, as we mentioned, the VP you earn is by doing ranked battles in the game and other aspects of the game. So maybe like daily logins and things like that. So overall, this is great. This is like maybe the best thing I've ever seen for Pokemon battling ever. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're making Pokemon Champions into the premier platform for Pokemon battles. The fact that it's on mobile, the fact that it's on Switch and Switch 2 means essentially everyone is going to be able to play this. Everyone's going to have access to this, which is going to be awesome. And you simplify the systems. I can see this replace Gen 10 as like the main event game that everyone's going to play VGC on and do the Pokemon Championship series on. Now, some other interesting stuff from these screenshots. If a move is 4 times super effective, you get this new thing called extremely effective, which is nice, honestly. Because normally this would just say super effective, and if you didn't know your Pokemon typing, like most people who are hardcore Pokemon players are, if you're just like a regular Pokemon person, or someone playing the game for the first time, you wouldn't necessarily know that Moonblast would do more damage than Icy Wind. But now you know, which is really nice. And the same thing is for resisted hits. Leaf Storm into a Scizor would be mostly ineffective, so that is going to do even less damage. That's 4 times resisted instead of 2 times resisted like Dragon Pulse is, so that's super cool too. And another thing I really liked about this is this app is featuring both single battles and double battles, so it's going to be great for all types of players. And also HP is going to be shown up as a percentage. I really like this. There's no percentages in Pokemon right now. It's just, oh, you took damage in your life bar, you just got to guess how much percent that was, and then you got to guess the range. Now, if you actually know your damage calcs and things like this, it's going to make it easier for you to understand how much damage you actually did and how much damage you could do in your next attack, because all Pokemon damage is a range of numbers, which is pretty interesting. So I think this is like really good changes for the overall landscape of competitive Pokemon, and I'm definitely a big fan. They also confirmed they have private matches, and single battles at the moment seem to be you pick 3 Pokemon from your 6. VGC is going to be you pick 4 Pokemon from your 6. I really hope we can do full-on 6v6 singles. That'll be really fun. That'll be a true Pokemon Showdown experience. So I'll be super about that. There doesn't seem to be team preview on the items here, but there are held items. They did confirm held items, so that is something to consider. But overall, I think it looks good. I think graphically is not the most impressive thing, but I also, it's running on the Switch 1. It's running on a bunch of different mobile devices. So, I do wish the lighting was maybe a little bit better in some of these, like outlines. I don't know, like the lighting could be a little bit better. The crowd could be a little bit better. But I do like the general vibe, that like Galar vibes. We're in a big stadium in front of a crowd, and I think this could be really fun. So hopefully it's great. It's releasing in 2026. We don't know anything else besides that, but I think it might be sooner than we expect, maybe early 2026. But anyways, guys, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Support my work by becoming a channel member, and let me know in the comment section below. Are you excited for Pokemon Champions? Would you pay for it if it was a paid product? And yeah, I want to hear it. Anyways, have a good one. Peace out.